Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whenever you are watching us from. This is another edition of Politics on the Street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more. Those kind of stuff. Please tell me what is happening. There is a big issue now in Nigeria. The Yorubas have gone against the Sultan of Sokoto, saying that their fasting will commence on the 1st of March. That the Fulani Sultan, they flagged him as the Fulani Sultan. That the Fulani Sultan, they can no longer take directive from the Fulani Sultans. Why Sultan supposed to say that fasting will commence on the 28th? The Yoruba Imam are saying no, they will start their own on the 1st of March. How can you answer this?
Thank you very much for having me, Mr. David. And the Fulani Sultan must understand that he is not a custodian of Islam in Nigeria. He must understand that the Yoruba people have been practicing Islam way before his forefathers were even born. Before Ismail Dafodio came into Nigeria to steal away the ancestral lands of the Hausas, the Yoruba peoples have always had a very robust relationship with the Ottoman Empire. If you go into Surulere, you will see a very prominent mosque there in Shita Bay. That mosque is called the Yoruba Ottoman Mosque. That mosque was built in 1894 or so, about 30 years before Usman Dafodio came into Nigeria. So for Sultan of Sokoto trying to be the custodian, or should I say the moral guide of Islam, it is not going to work. Perhaps the outside people have been conquered, because we the Yoruba people will understand clearly what they are trying to do. They want to use Islam as a political tool to subjugate, subvert, suppress, and replace the voice of the Yoruba people. But again, we must get this clear, that in 1974, when NSCIA, the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, was created, then it was argued that who will be the presidential general. But because we were under military regime, and because the person that was there was a Muslim, a military man, they used their military might to enforce and enshrine that it is only a Sokoto Sultan that can be the president general. Ever since then, we have never had a Yoruba man. Just this morning, I saw a statistics wherein since the creation of that NSCIA, we have only been having a Fulani man, not even an Hausa man, not even a Kanuri man, not even to talk about a Yoruba man. Only these Fulanis have held that position. They must understand that this position, the President General of the Islamic Affairs, is not the birthright of the Fulanis. And for that reason, we are going to go against it. I love what the Yoruba Leagues of Imam have done. They have come out to say that we will no longer be retrogressive. One non-entity called Bashir Ahmed came on board and said that, do we know that the days of the Ramadan is not always done with calculator? And then the other people reacted. They said that, listen, perhaps you do not want to progress. Even in Saudi Arabia, even in Dubai, all of them have adopted the Western technology. There's what we call meteorologists. Meteorologists are those who can study the clouds, they can study the climate, they can study how the stars and sunlight move. And it has been proven scientifically that on March 1st is when the Ramadan fasting will start. And these Fulani elements came out and said, no, you don't have the right. That is only the Sultan that can issue a date. Listen carefully. You in the north, we will break the hegemony of the Fulani.
But sir, don't you think that will bring in anarchy in the Nigerian state?
It will not bring the anarchy. It will only break away the prominence and the affluence of the Fulanis. Let me tell you something. The Fulanis right now are being demystified by Tinubu. Tinubu, who has come into power by deceiving them that he is also a Muslim, but they thought he was a fanatical Muslim. Tinubu deceived them. He told them that, yes, I will come in with a Muslim ticket. They thought he was going to become a stooge of the Fulanis. This is why you see that they are now targeting him using the likes of El-Rufai, using the likes of all manner of sheikhs and imams in the Sultan, in the Sokoto, calling Tinubu a keferi. Some of them are even calling Tinubu a fake Muslim. That a true Muslim cannot watch his wife become a pastor in Christendom. Today, Tinubu has gotten to them. He is rattling them. He is shaking them on their feet. Yes, Sultan of Sokoto can no longer dictate the directions of the Yoruba Muslims. And we must be very clear that for as long as the Yorubas will exist and for as long as the Yoruba will practice Muslim, they will no longer listen to the direction of the Sultan, because listening to the direction of the Sultan simply means we are a subject of the Sultan. In fact, we saw something when the Yoruba youths who are Muslims came out and said that why is the Sultan supporting the creation of Sharia courts? When the Sultan responded not only to the southern western governors, the Sultan came out and wrote a letter of instruction to all the southern governors. This includes the Igbos and the South, and including your own state governor. He said that nobody has the right to question Muslims what they want to do, whatever they want to create. That for as long as they create something to suit themselves, it is constitutionalized. And to be fair, to be fair, if you look at the constitution, there's one thing we call Sharia law, and that is why we must, that is why we must, as a South, understand that these Fulani, they've gone deep. They have been on this journey for over 60 years, conquering all of us. Today we can see that they are now in the southwest forest, telling the Oyo people and the Yoruba people that all the Yoruba forest is their ancestral land and nobody can reverse it. That the forest in Ibarapa, the forest in Shaki, the Lagos Ibadan Express Road, that forest that everybody knows. If you go in there, deep there, you see Fulani rearing, grazing their cows, and they will tell you that nobody can chase them. There's no bagger. Today we can hear that in Enugu State, Peter Umba in a local government, I think very close, not Abipo, very close, that area, that local government shares a border with Benue Southwest, and that border is between Enugu and Ebonyi. We can see that Peter Umba has been pressured by the Fulanis because they were the one that gave him the election. Peter Umba has paid a sum. There has been an allegation. There's an allegation that Peter Umba paid 30 billion naira to build that, just to cede that land to the Fulanis. The IPOB members have come out to call him out. That Peter Umba, this is not possible. These are all the influence of the Sultans.
Sir, lastly, Brother Tibu, sir, don't you think that the Southeastern or the Southwest in general, or the South don't you think it is late for them to wake up now?
At this time, I know it's almost late, but one thing we must understand is Seyi Makinde did something exceptional. He broke their sinister agenda when they wanted to ensure that a stooge of the Sultan was coronated.
Yes,
that was their intention. Before Makinde wedding, a man was nominated by the Oyomesi. Oyomesi are like the kingmakers. They went to bring a child, yes, of the old Oyo Empire that all of us know. The Oyomesi went to bring a boy that grew up in the Emir, in the Sultan's palace. A boy that doesn't understand the common tradition, the preservation, the importance of conservation. Those were the people that Oyomesi went to bring after they were exposed to have collected 20 million naira each. When Seyi Makinde heard this, he did what? He stopped it, because that would have been an ambush on the Yoruba heritage. Because when you take Oyo, you take Yoruba people. But Seyi Makinde, as it were today, is the defender of the Yorubaness of every Yoruba man, and he said no, and then they appointed the new Alaafin for Oyo. That shows that the Yoruba people can win the battle. But again, we must understand that we also have another saboteur in Iwo, the only one of Iwo land who got married to a Fulani woman. Today he has been coming out to speak down on the gods of the land. But we know that these are the machinations, these are the handworks of the Sultan of Sokoto. But we will do everything, just as the Yoruba leagues of Imam have done to Sultan today, to tell him they have dissolved him, they have deposed him. He has no authority over any Yoruba land. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for always coming out to your visa. Aisha Yusufu has tasked Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors. Stop blaming government. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. by so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are what entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that see there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
But some have said that the governors have no power over the military, that it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs in their states, I mean the division's commander, to sit and dialogue for a way forward? The answer is yes. So if we can do that, so indirectly it's still have power over the military. Now when it calls for security meeting, don't this man don't these guys attend in his various place? They do. So the president should not come and say that he does not have the governor should not come and say he does not have power. We still have killings in Imo State, Enugu State, and some other states. For how long can we continue in this path? The people are scared of their lives. The people cannot even access government, access those who they claim to be what? Electorate. We cannot access people that give us the mandate. So how long can they continue like this? So I think the government of these states on their own, they need to up their games. You must up your games as a governor if you don't want to be sacked come 2027.
But there's always been this fear that the votes of Nigerians does not count, and that is why our elected officials are acting this week. That assuming our vote is counting, they will sit up knowing that if I don't perform, no second term for me. Do you agree with that statement?
Our vote does not count. I cannot say if our vote count or not, because I have not conducted any election. So what I'm to say is that people have lost confidence in the INEC.
The reason why they've lost
you've lost confidence because so many persons have seen the case of Hope Uzodinma when but reason the court knows why he had to give it to him. But someone who came forth in the election was uplifted and then he came forth. So the court cited some reasons which Hope Uzodinma became the governor. Reason best known to them. I am not in the position to speak for the court. But one thing is that INEC needs to be the trust of Nigerians again. You saw what happened in the last election. As allegedly reports that results were changed in the RF quarter. So I don't know how true that allegation is, but see, it has been going viral. So these are things INEC need to repose that confidence in the average Nigerian. And for the governors too, how much is being given to you on a monthly basis? If you get money on a monthly basis, then why don't you make sure that these people who gave you the mandate to protect them, you can as well protect them too? Because the people cannot always be one-sided every time. The people need to benefit from dividends of democracy, and when they have to benefit from the dividends of democracy is by what? By inclusive governance. The people need to feel the government impact. Not every time you come on here and say, government has attacked the people, you come and start creating fear. These governments are even creating fear in the life of the ordinary man.
We've seen the governor of Enugu State, who has declared that Monday is no longer a sit-at-home in Enugu State. People are saying that you are seeing that as because you're the governor. Can you come and secure our lives? I mean, the other people, because you see this sit-at-home every Monday. Some are doing it maybe out of respect for nnamdikanu, but some are doing it out of fear. It is two ways. People are telling the governor, please find a way to secure that. Police cannot be everywhere. What do you think? Because sit at home every Monday, it might be affecting the economic activities in the southeast. What do you think that the governor can do, or the governors in the southeast can do?
Thank you very much. I think sit at home every Monday is a commensurate to honor the Mazi Nnamdikanu, who has been in incarceration for 4 years now and still counting. But what I want to say is that when there is a conflict in the land, the president himself needs to address this issue of Kanu. Let Kanu issue be settled out of court. If what Kanu is the son of the president, as a son, you can go, you can have a different view or different ideology and philosophy from what your father had. But why can't you, as a father, have you reached out to Kanu himself? And what I felt that the president ought to have done was, why Kanu was in decision, go and meet, let them bring Kanu to you, DSS. Sit down with Kanu, have a round table discussion with him.
But do you think that's possible? Because we saw
Buhari,
he could not
Buhari is different. See,
so
these are two different people.
Yes.
If you want the security apparatus cannot be everywhere, and these guys are what, overstretched.
Yes.
These guys are also overstretched. So the president is the father of the nation.
Yes.
Since the president is the father of the nation, he should at least reach out to this guy, even to the Ohanes in Igbo. Whenever he will want to invite some Igbo politicians and some Igbo stakeholders to sit on a round table and discuss with Kanu. You have conditions, give him your conditions. Send it to him. Because you see, this is the only way this thing about marginalization can stop. And the truth of our matter is that the Igbos are heavily marginalized in the country. And that is what, and that has breed a whole lot.
But do you think that giving them an opportunity, or yes, that's an opportunity, or finding a way, a consensus in 1999, Nigeria had a consensus on making a Yoruba man a president. In 2007, Nigeria had another consensus to make another man to be president. Do you think that Nigeria finding a way or making a consensus to make an Igbo man the president is going to make that marginalization or the agitations go down in the south?
Making an Igbo man be the president would at least work to some extent. It will help this issue of marginalization reduce a very long way, because if the Igbo man is the president, Peter Obi, you will not watch Peter Obi allowing nnamdikanu to languish in detention, even if, because yes, that is his brother from his tribe. They are from same tribe. No, so why was Sonegbo released? It was let's go.
Yes.
So to some extent, it will help a long way. And as an Igbo man, he will speak in the language that the Igbos. Now I am one of the sons. Yes. You don't have any right to agitate.
Yes.
So that will help them. It will go a very long way for them too.
So I'm letting you go. I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, Southeastern Governors Forum. What should be their next step?
Southeastern Governors Forum should at least make moves to meet with the presidents.
Yes.
To put an end to all this. That is the only way. Because if there's no end to all this, all we hear is killing. And then we are not in support of all this killing. It is not good for the future of the country. It's not good for the future of the country.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.